first deck profile over here. I am showing Victor Morales' Undefeated Geargia deck from the March 22nd regional in Kissimmee, Orlando. First of all, how many rounds did you have on that regional?
9 rounds.
9 rounds. How many people were in attendance?
I think it was 435 people.
435? Cool. Alright, so what about the deck? Let's zoom in.
Well, it's pretty basic. It plays triple Geargia armor, triple Geargia arsenal, triple Geargia accelerator, triple Geargiano Mark II, regular Geargiano.
Okay.
And then the Karakuri synchros is 2 Saiyans and 1 Karakuri strategist.
Alright. As for the machines?
Yeah, that's
So you got a baler in there?
pretty much the engine, and then the Gen X Allied Birdman. That helps you, explode and do really fast plays. And then just 2 Effect Veilers.
2 Effect Veilers?
Effect Veiler worked out really well. It was just hand trap that not only stopped the mirror match, it stopped Mermails, it stopped Fire Fist. It really came in the best time also.
Okay. Now for the Spellios.
Now for the spells, I played 1 Book of Moon,
Okay.
triple Upstart Goblin,
Uh-huh.
triple Mystical Space Typhoon. I didn't play Dark Hole because I felt that the explosion that the deck has it's already enough. And also, the trap lineup allows you to protect yourself. So I really don't see the point of maining Dark Hole, especially since this card right here, Gear, it allows you to pretty much go to any rank 4 exceed that you're gonna play. The number 1 rank 4 exceed that I weighed was Exciton Knight. I would go Gear on my opponent's end phase, draw for turn, activate Trap Stun, and then Exciton Knight, and pretty much cleared the whole board.
Nice. Alright, now more traps.
Next is triple Phoenix Chain.
Good.
Again, it was good against the Mermails, it was good against the Fire Fist. It helped my armor stay alive whenever I needed, to shield him from an attack just so I can pop off.
Okay.
Or whenever my opponent tried to clear my board with Exciton Knight.
Okay.
And then is double Trap Stone, like I mentioned earlier. It really helps set up the OTK. And also, it's not just an offensive trap card, it's also defensive. Like I mentioned, I can go ahead and shut down my opponent's trap so I can go ahead and Exciton Knight, but it also allows me to freely explode into the field. And it's really, a necessary thing. I also play 2 Call the Haunted. It's really good because it allows me to get that extra monster in. It allowed me to get that extra synchro, or whenever my opponent would blind MST it was just really advantageous in my part because I can just get an accelerator and add back a Mach 2, and then as long as I had an accelerator, I can explode next time.
Good.
And now I play, 1-ofs, Torrential Tribute, Compulse, and Solemn Warning. And, these all came in very important times. And for the main card of the deck, this was the best tech card. It was Black Horn of Heaven. Most people were citing this card. I mained it because I was expecting to have a lot of Geargia mirror matches.
I endorse that.
Yeah, this one card can stop the explosion because as long as they're going into the first synchro, the board is limited after that. If you can stop that first synchro without wasting your Solemn Warning, then they're pretty much stunned. You have to wait another turn. And in that case, I can explode in my turn and finish the game.
Okay, and that's the main deck.
The side deck, it was Dark Hole. It had double overwork. This isn't really the side deck that I have for the regional that I have right now. This is the side deck that I use for my local. But it played Soul Drain, Dimensional Fissure, Macrocosmos, Double Maxi, and the rest was 2 DNA Surgery, 2 Debunk, and 2 Light Imprisoning Mirror.
Okay.
I was really expecting to play a lot of Boojins, but I got lucky and I didn't play a single one.
Nice.
And the Boojin matchup, that was the one that I was most scared of, just because they're notoriously leaning Kaiser Coliseum. And even though I mained the triple MST, that's just a situation. I might have the MST and it might hinder my explosion. And so yeah, changes that I made was I added Mind Control. It's a great card against the mirror match, and pretty much since I have EC access to all my tuners, it's just a great way to go ahead and explode whenever I'm missing pieces. I added Fairy Wind. Like I mentioned, the Kaiser Coliseum is a very big threat, so I needed a way to get rid of it, even if, you know, I don't have my MSTs.
Let's assume we do.
Yeah, Creature Swap. This was intended mainly for the Noble Knight matchup.
Yes.
But as I found out, this is a great card against the mirror match also. I normal summon my Mach 2. I got my Accelerator from the graveyard. I Creature Swap, gave him my Mach 2, got their armor, and then I went ahead and flipped over another Mach 2, got my Birdman, I bounced it back, summoned the Birdman, and then pretty much went into the Blu-ray play, flipped the armor, and, you know, proceeded to explode. And then 1 Swift Scarecrow. This was pretty much against the matchup OTK deck, Noble Knights. And it's also a searchable card. Not many people know it. It is a machine. Whenever it's used up, you can add it back with Geargia and X from your graveyard. And Mistake, it kind of hurts your deck, but as long it really hinders your opponents more than yours, because you can control when you activate this card. So pretty much, and you don't really even have to do it in a situation when you're searching. So as long as you already have your pieces and you know you're playing against the mirror match, you can go ahead and play the Mistake, and you don't have to do any more search plays. You can even go Exciton Knight, get rid of this, and then go ahead and explode. So that's why I think it's something that you could put into the deck. Now for the main deck, it was the Karakure lineup. 1 Burrito and 2 Bure. Never in the regional did I ever need a 3rd Bure, or did I need a 2nd Burrito. This was perfect the way it was. It was just enough to explode. It was just enough to get me the number of tuners that I had in the deck, and it didn't. I never ran out of anything. I played Stardust Dragon, Black Rose Dragon, Scrap Dragon, and a synchro that I really used against the Fire Fist mirror match was Leo Keeper the Sacred Tree. I chose this over Star Eater, even though Star Eater is a lot easier to make in this deck. Leo is a tougher match against the Fire Fist because it can only be targeted on your main phase 2. So the Bear is kind of dead, the Cardinal is kind of dead, 101 is dead. The only answers are either Mirror Force, Torrential, Bottomless, or the Exciton Knight. For the Exceeds, I played double Geargia and X is pretty stable. You don't need more than that. Self-explanatory. You can search your tuners, search your Accelerator. You can get back your Geargiano from the graveyard. It's a pretty straightforward card. One card that really got me wrapped up during the regional was Solo Silver Mountain. This is my version of Fire Formation Gyoko, and it really paid off. Just the same way that Gyoko can stun you, even though you can chain to this card, it really put in work because I Solo Silver Mountain my opponent's Mirror Force, and I swung over a monster, allowing me to get back my armor, and then I set it, and I had the back row to protect the solo servo mountain. So next turn I was able to go ahead and explode just because of this card. 101 Silent Honor. I chose 101 over Big Eye because it is actually a lot easier to make than Big Eye. Although it's a little bit more restricted, it puts in the work, especially against Evil Storm. I didn't play any Evil Storm players, but it would have been a lot harder to go into Big Eye, and so 101 clearly was the better choice. Abyss Dweller. I only played one Mermail matchup and one Dark Hole matchup. I did not go into it at all, and
still won.
I still won, but still the fact that I had it, it was just safe. Gaga Cowboy and Evil Storm Exciton Knight. Exciton Knight was my main way of clearing the board, so I could go ahead and make the explosion. I made Exciton Knight over 15 times in the entire tournament, and it was only stopped twice by Effect Lele. And then one Draco Sack. Draco Sack, pretty explanatory. I only went to Draco Sack once in round 1 against the Mermail player. He had 3 back row, and I ended up also synchroing to Scrap Dragon. I used his effect to go ahead and target the Draco Sack, pop the card, and then use Draco Sack's effect. Pretty much I limited his back row, and then I sent my back row, and then he was pretty much done. Alright. So now for what really made me play this deck. Honestly, I was intending on playing Noble Knights, but my friend 5 minutes before registration, he said, "Man, you should play Geargia. It's a lot better." I didn't really want to play Geargia, but I took a look at his deck. I took a look at his side deck, and it really just, I was sold.
It was his destiny.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my boy Gabriel Ramos. He is the one who actually made this deck. I took a liberty to look at some other deck lists online, and they are pretty similar, but the tech choices that Gabe made were pretty solid. The main deck, Black Horn of Heaven, was definitely handy because I got rid of so many Exciton Knights, got rid of so many explosive synchros for the mirror match. I played 2 mirror matches, and I also played 2 Fire Fist. I never cited out the Black Horn. I actually ended up citing an extra one because the Tiger King is a very deadly card.
So you never played any random decks at all? Only meta decks?
I didn't get the chance to play random decks. Even if I did, I think I would have done great against them.
Yeah.
The reason why I say that is because even though I was side decking against every single matchup, honestly, I did not see side deck cards in most of the games. The deck itself was what won. I didn't have to use any side deck cards. I just used, the gears, pretty much the engine itself. That was pretty much it.
Cool. So one last question: did you do anything particular that helped you win the regional and go undefeated?
Yeah,
I'm seeing.
Yeah, in between every round, to keep myself from going hungry, I was eating peanut butter.
Damn.
And it looked weird. I was eating peanut butter in between rounds. People were looking at me like I was retarded, but I don't know, man. It just got me, got me in the zone. I wasn't hungry. I wasn't losing focus because I wasn't hungry. So you should eat peanut butter.
Yeah, so the first, eat peanut butter, you're undefeated at regionals.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll be uploading this video very soon. Thank you.